expressed by the hosts of this podcast are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. None of it. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show.
Look, I have some nostalgic attachment. I think I've seen like three or four of them when I was a bit younger and stuff. I think probably I remember the first one the best. Yeah, I just it's like a movie I watched. I'm not like a, super delved into it kind of thing, but it's nice, but it's not something that I became like an avid fan of. Although I did start playing Hogwarts Legacies lately, and I kind of got invested in that, funny enough. So yeah, it's it's different, but I did enjoy Fantastic Beasts. I enjoyed that movie quite a bit.
I haven't played Hogwarts. How would you say that is? Pretty good.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it quite a lot. Like, I'm still busy with it, but I just find that the way the world is and everything, it just has such a nice magical kind of vibe to it. It's just, it feels like a good game to play on a rainy day with some hot chocolate nearby you. I love the feel of the game. It's lovely.
Is it open world or can
Um,
you kind of explore whatever you want, or is it kind of like in a box where you can only do certain things pertaining to the
you can
story?
explore. I think you can explore a little bit. Like, I kind of, to be honest, I'm someone who kind of likes to follow the story a
Uh,
bit more. So I don't, I get kind of frustrated when I get lost in a game and I'm like going here and there and everywhere and I can't find what I'm needing to find. So it is a bit open world. But yeah, I think it has like, a fair amount of both exploring and being able to also just, play the story.
yeah, that was one I skipped over. That and Starfield. Like I downloaded it, never played it because I know a lot of time has to be invested.
Mm.
And I try to keep it simple. You hop into a game, play it for 2 hours, make a 15-minute video, then tell people if it sucks or not. But certain games you can't do that with. Now, the Medium is one that before I even. Do you ever played the Medium?
The Medium? No, I don't think I've heard of it.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Took probably 6 or 8 hours to beat it, which isn't really
Oh
that
my.
long, but it's interesting. If you ever get a chance, probably look into that. I don't know if they're making a second one or not, but it's
Okay,
different.
the Medium.
Yeah, they do like this
Okay.
dual cam thing where like she's in one world, but the way the screen splits, she's in another one because she can kind of see and go to different places. It was unique because I've never seen another game do that.
Okay.
So it's almost like you're
That
playing two
sounds.
games at once.
Oh wow, that's
Kind of, how
different.
do you describe it? Kind of like you ever watch Stranger Things?
Yeah, a little bit.
We know there's the upside down.
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but it's split screen. So you're one side, you're present day, and then the other side would be like the upside down world.
Oh, okay. I actually read a book recently. What's it called? Gallant, and it was also sort of like I guess like in a way a split thing because like the one side was this like nice house, mansion thing, and then like on the past this wall is like a mirror universe of it where everything is like dingy and dying and like death lives there and everything is dead and yeah, it's interesting when you see these like mirror images of things. I'm in South Africa.
So what is pop culture like there? Is it like same as here? Or you guys have your own. You know what I mean? Do you kind of follow what you guys like, or do you get drawn into the American pop culture here?
Mm, I think there's probably like, I mean, I guess there is South African pop culture and stuff, but I'm not as like, I don't know, I find myself a little bit more drawn to American pop culture personally. Um, Yeah, I mean, actually, Comic-Con started coming here, I think it was 4 years ago. And yeah, so I think it's a bit of a combination, I would say. I guess we got our own stuff, but then we also have the American stuff. I think personally, I just a little bit more drawn to American stuff, and that's like kind of like my thing. But yeah, I think there's like a little bit of a combination of things. Um, but yeah, with Comic Con coming here, that was like a pretty cool thing for me because, like, I heard about it and I was like, oh, this sounds cool.
You did a cosplay of who?
Oh, this year I did Kim Possible.
Nice. Are you I'm just really interested how things are over there. Are you like a Walking Dead fan or were?
No.
That's 100%
um,
okay.
Yeah, I think like look, I think when it comes to me being fans of things, one thing that I am like super invested in is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Hmm.
That's something that I'm very passionate about. I love Marvel. What else am I invested in? Miraculous Ladybug. I love that show.
So you're a
That
Marvel
one,
fan. I knew that something in
mm,
here you were a fan of. Who's your favorite Marvel character?
Loki. And
So,
Doctor Strange. I also love Doctor Strange and Star-Lord.
those are good ones.
What about you?
Uh, I mean, I'm a little bit older, so it's kind of like Star Wars.
Mm,
Trying to think what I've been watching lately. I don't really know. I've been kind of drifting away from shows at the moment. I mean, I'm a big
mm.
DC fan, but like I said, I didn't watch the new Batman, which is kind of a crime in itself. Yeah, I like Marvel too. I mean, but I'm not like a big superhero kind of person. Like I've never really got into
Okay.
Iron Man, Captain
Mm,
America. It just seems like a lot to keep up with. Like I've seen, the Avengers. I'll see like,
yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy stuff like that, but I don't venture like to see the other ones.
Okay.
Because it feels like a lot to take in.
Mm. Look, I think you can possibly still watch it without having all the background information. I think if you watch like the main sort of movies, it'll be fine. I still need to watch the second season though. I've been dying to watch it. I just haven't had the chance yet, but oh my gosh, I can't wait. And yeah, funny enough, when I was younger, I wasn't really much of a superhero fan, and I think that the one movie that sort of catapulted me into it a little bit more was Superman, Man of Steel, with Henry Cavill. I don't know, something about that movie just kind of, got me more intrigued into the superhero stuff. And then, yeah, from there, I just started watching a lot more of it. And yeah, really got into it.
I've actually never seen that one. I've
Oh,
also
it's
never
good.
seen Batman vs Superman. Have you seen that one?
I didn't watch that one,
Yeah, I haven't seen
actually.
it either.
No, I
I
missed
heard,
it.
heard that was bad. They had what Ben Affleck
Really?
playing Batman.
Hmm.
So you're
No.
selective too. Then you have certain ones you watch. So there's an Aquaman movie. It's probably more than one now, right?
I
Or is there
think
only
no,
one?
there's the one, and then I think there's a second one that's coming out now, as well at some point. But yeah, I enjoyed the first one though. That one was awesome.
Well, we know why you like that one.
Why?
What's his name? Can't think of his name.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's why most women watch that.
The movie
No,
had
he
a
is a good
great
actor.
story.
He's on Sons of Anarchy too, wasn't he?
I haven't watched that.
Yeah, I watched one season. I'm not continuing on with this. I think he
Mm,
was on there. If not, someone's gonna roast me in the comments. So I feel like there's what, four Iron Mans, a lot of
I
Captain
think it's
America.
three.
It's only three.
Yeah, I think I might be wrong, but Iron Man is pretty good.
So with the show Loki, how like what time frame is that in? Like where does that fall into?
If I'm not mistaken, sorry, like forgive me, I watched it a little while ago. It's been a while since the second season came out. but I think it comes out after Endgame, if I'm not mistaken. I think like I don't want to necessarily spoil things, but I think it takes place like a little bit after Loki's death in a certain movie, and what happens like kind of after that and all that. Yeah, there's like it's a bit complicated because there's like a whole time thing happening, and yeah, it's not very straightforward.
Assuming the show is like him when he's not in the movies, like where he goes and the whole traveling thing. That's kind of what I made of it. Like from the
It's kind of
outside.
like to do with timelines, and some people are not too happy about some stuff, so they kind of, yeah, there's like a whole organization behind everything sort of vibe, and it's like, um trying to keep people from straying on the timelines, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. They're like the time police in a way.
So for anyone that hasn't seen it, you're giving 2 thumbs up on that one.
Oh, definitely. I love it. I love it. And yeah, look, I'm not sure if all my information is accurate at the moment because I need to refresh my brain a little bit with it. But yeah, it's amazing. I loved it. I was so disappointed that I had to wait months for a new season.
Did they drop the whole season at once, or they do that thing where they put like one episode a week and kind of?
I think I watched it all in one go whenever I did watch it. I can't remember if they initially did it one by one or yeah.
Is it on Netflix though, right?
No.
No.
Like this is out of the realm of it, but I recently was watching Love is Blind, and you get a few episodes at a time and you just get left for a week.
So are you a Star Wars fan or no?
No,
No, not at all. Just rather not get
not
involved in it.
particularly. Yeah, I think I watched like one of them. I think it's just not really my genre of movie. Yeah.
No, I just like to ask because I know, a lot of people are into cosplay and stuff. It's like they like certain
Mm.
franchises, but they don't like other ones.
Yeah, I think it all just depends on your taste and the kind of genres that you enjoy watching and stuff like that. So yeah.
It's either Harry Potter or Star Wars. I don't know anyone that likes both.
Or neither. I
Yeah,
mean, well,
or just neither.
um, yeah, I guess I don't know. It just sort of depends, I guess. Like some people prefer more fantasy type stuff. Some people prefer more space sort of thing, sci-fi vibes. But yeah, I think I fall more into the fantasy realm. I think the one sort of like sci-fi space thing I like is Guardians of the Galaxy, but that also has like the superhero element to it. So I think
Yeah,
that's
it's more
why
of
I
a
kind of,
superhero. I don't really consider
yeah.
it a, even though they're in space, but it doesn't remind me of
Yeah,
Star Wars at all. Star Wars is
you know,
almost
very
like
different.
you can kind of put it in that box with like Star Trek and
Yeah.
Stargate and all them like older kind of shows.
Mm. I think probably most I know about Star Wars and Star Trek has probably come from the Big Bang Theory.
I'm sure that's for a lot of people. I mean, I've never even got into Star Trek. I'm not gonna lie to
Mm.
you, I have zero interest in watching it, like
Same.
whatsoever.
Not gonna lie.
Like even right now with all
Mm.
these like spin-off movies that I don't watch, but the core movies still classics to me.
Mm.
Even though the
Yeah, I mean, there's
CGI
something.
was pretty terrible back then compared to CGI now.
Yeah, I mean, CGI has really, taken quite the leap. But I think also some people might overdo it a little bit sometimes, or might be CGIing things that don't need to be CGI'd. Um, like I don't
Actually,
know, like The Lion King, for example. That movie should have just stayed animated.
I watched about 20 minutes of that with my daughter, and I could not watch the rest. Like I had to walk out of the room because all I kept
No,
thinking about was how good the original one, like the cartoon one, and I just wanted to go watch that.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, come on. I don't know. I don't think you got to the part with Scar's Be Prepared song, but
I don't
I
think I
was
saw
so
that one.
disappointed. Like the words couldn't even describe it. Like you cut that song and How? Like, it's my favorite part of the movie.
It's another one of those things where it's like it sounds like a good idea, like oh, a live action Lion King, and then you
Yeah,
see it on screen and you're like, why? Like who approved this? Like what studio like let this out?
exactly. I mean, even like the with Avatar, they have that live action remake that we don't generally talk about, but that was something else. I actually, for my university research project last year, I kind of wrote a whole essay on, how people expect a certain sense of familiarity when watching a live action. And
Mm.
if you don't get that, you just kind of end up finding yourself looking at all these differences and feeling like, this isn't the thing that it was supposed to be. And like, I just kind of analyzed this movie compared to the animation and how, it's kind of missed the mark on a lot of different levels.
Do you feel like it like makes you look at the whole like franchise different now? Like when someone butchers it that bad and you're just like it's hard to even watch the original one that you loved and not think about the terrible one.
No, no. They're two completely separate entities in my mind.
So you try to act like the
But
one doesn't exist, like it never happened.
yeah, no. It's, you try to forget it. You watched it, it happened. But you just try to block out those memories.
Yeah, I feel like they've done this with everything now. So there's an
Mm,
Aladdin, haven't seen it, not gonna see it.
I'm gonna say that one, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed.
I saw it
I
was
felt
good.
like it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed a lot of elements to it. I think the only thing that was a little bit disappointing is that Iago doesn't speak, and Jafar was not really as I don't know. I felt he wasn't as intimidating. Like he didn't have the same vibe as the cartoon. I think it was a bit of a different direction. But otherwise I think I enjoyed certain elements to it. The songs were fun. I think although Will Smith was pretty different to the original Genie, in a way, he still brought a certain fun element, a certain wackiness and, energy to it that worked. So yeah, I feel like that one wasn't too bad.
Who was the original genie?
What's his name? Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, it was Robin Williams. I
Yeah.
completely
No,
forgot
he was
about that.
amazing.
Yeah, it's hard to top something like that. Did they do Dumbo live action?
He did. I didn't watch it that one though. I think after The Lion King, I was like another animal one. I'm not so sure, but maybe I should give it a try. Give it a fair chance.
Now, what about The Little Mermaid? Did you see that one?
I haven't actually watched that one yet, but I've seen like some snippets of it, and like I don't know, the animals and stuff. They don't really um kind of they look a little bit too, I don't know, CGI and stuff. I don't know, it just doesn't work with the cartoony nature of it. I feel like the problem with Disney and like their animal characters is that they sort of try to make them look too realistic, but I think they forget this whole thing is fantasy. So like, you can make them look cute. You can, because like I don't know, otherwise it just kind of looks a little bit strange. And I think, I think there was like a new song that they added that I saw a snippet of between like Sebastian and Scuttle, the seagull, and that didn't really capture me. But you know what? It's still something that I want to see. I kind of want to see Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, but yeah,
Oh my
I just
god.
haven't had the chance to watch it yet because I guess like not everything compelled me, but there's some elements that I think could be quite fun to see.
I mean, you're an actress yourself, so
Yeah,
how do you rank Melissa McCarthy? I I think
I
she,
think it depends on the movie. Like, I think she's fun. I kind of like her. She has some fun movies. I think some of the movies are not really like my taste in terms of comedy. Like it's a little bit more, I don't know.
like
I don't know
hokey
how to explain. Sorry?
kind of like what do you call it? Like quirky, hokey, like some of the comedies
Like
that she does.
um, but then she has some other movies that were kind of fun. I think there was like one spy one or something like that that was quite cool. So yeah, but I think sometimes it just depends on the movie as well. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what's funny is when I heard they were doing a Little Mermaid, like long before they did casting, in my mind I was like, you have to get Melissa McCarthy as Ursula,
Really.
and they really went out and got her. Like I
I
just
was
envisioned
thinking,
her doing it. Like there's no one else I could see doing it.
mm, yeah, no, I think she's a great fit for it. I think it was for me, it was between her and Queen Latifah.
Oh, they wouldn't. I don't think they would have went black on both. Do you? I mean, they could have just because Disney likes to include
Hmm,
everybody. And
I don't
yeah,
know.
what's all the outrage with the mermaid? Like, why is everyone upset that? Like, I kind of
Mm,
get it because most of us knew her as being, I guess a white mermaid, and
yeah, I feel like, I don't know, in a way, I think Disney is lacking creativity a little bit because, like, it kind of felt like, they like, yes, it's important to be inclusive, but like, why not create a new character kind of vibe, that can be like a great representation of that. I don't know.
for me, it's just like, why not just make a whole different movie to begin with? Like, why do you have to switch up the original, like just go out and come up with a new concept where use that girl. What's her name?
I forgot her surname. I don't know her too well. But yeah, look, I don't know. I think
Because that's not a
yeah, they could
knock
have
on
just
her,
been
that's
a little
has
bit
nothing
more
to do with
creative.
her.
No, it's not at all. Like I think, yeah, they just kind of, yeah, I don't know. They can be more creative, create a new story. I mean, in fact, like with most of these remakes, like come on, just like why are you remaking everything? Just bring us new stories with new people, new faces, be fresh and original, kind of thing. But they just kind of keep rehashing the same things over and over again, and it like gets tiresome at some point.
I almost feel like that's
Like, why? I mean, I think the problem is also like a lot of people are just going to forever compare her, like, or like any Disney princess that they've done now, they're always going to compare them to the original princesses, which kind of sucks. Like, why don't you give these beautiful girls their own story to tell, their own princess? But look, I mean, I'm sure, she's still happy to have the role and, pretty excited about it and stuff. But like, like why like just give these people their own, character to play and explore with? And because like, that's the problem with a lot of these things, they're just gonna be constantly compared. And I guess it's also not fair on the actresses as well.
that's what I'm saying. It's no knock on her, like whatsoever. Like it's not
Mm.
her fault that Disney can't come up with a new concept for a movie.
Problem is so much of the discussion is about this. Like you just see it like all over the place. Like, but like, why can't the discussion be about, the like a new character, that they've introduced and like, I think it just kind of, I don't know. And yeah, these remakes, they kind of just, they sort of, I don't know if it's on purpose to kind of just make people
Talk about it.
talk about certain things, and it in a way creates a certain type of publicity, because they think it'll gain traction. But like, at the end of the day, you could just be more creative and provide these people with actual opportunities that are going to create like something new and beautiful that this generation can grow up with.
Yeah, I think they bank on nostalgia too much. Like they
That's
know
another
that
problem.
some of the older audience will probably go watch it because they grew up with it and now they have kids, so maybe they want their kids to kind of experience it. I mean, the kids
Mm,
enjoy it though. They like seeing that kind of stuff, I'd assume. I
yeah,
feel like my
I guess.
daughter didn't like The Lion King either. Like she liked the original better.
Yeah, I think it depends if you've seen the original first or the new version first. But like, Like, because like I think nostalgia, like what you grew up with, can really influence your opinion, but like sometimes, you know, something is just not as great. But yeah, I guess you know, they should just uh, I don't know, the nostalgia of things. There's something beautiful in letting it sit in the past and just continuing forward with the future, and like, you know, creating something better. I mean, well, not better, but like, you know, new and different. I
Well,
don't know.
that's what made them
There's
so great to begin with. It was new, it was
exactly.
fresh, and it just
Mm,
stuck with us and our memories and all. And then it's almost like they just go and they're almost
mm.
going for the name. They're like there's another there's a Wonka coming out. Did you see the trailer for that?
Oh yes, I did.
Thoughts on that?
Thoughts on that? You know, I think with that, I'm a little bit more intrigued because it's you know, like a prequel. It's not necessarily like a full-on remake. So I guess we'll see. You know, but like I think one thing is that I think a lot of people are kind of judging him before like seeing like the actual movie. You know, I didn't think it was so bad. I'm kind of curious about it. I mean, Hugh Grant is in it. I also love him. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's some other actors that I enjoy that are going to be in it. So, you know, that might be, it might be good, it might not be, but I think we need to first watch it to actually make a decision. Yeah.